Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to discuss about break and continue statement. So let's begin. So what I'm doing, I'm creating one main method over here and then I'm going to make one program, and in that program I will be using break and continue statement. So let me first tell you what are this break and continue statement. They are also known as jump statement because they transfer flow of control from one statement to another statement. Break and continue statement are generally used with loops. So if you want to stop your loop in between, then you can go for break statement, and if you want to skip a particular iteration in a loop, then you can use what? Continue statement. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make one simple program and then I will be demonstrating how this break and continue works. So I'm taking a simple example for printing number from 1 to 10. Same example I have taken in my Java loops video also. So I'm taking same example. What I'm writing over here, I'm writing what? Start the loop from 1 and continue till what? 10. And then I'm writing S out to just print the value of I. When I run this program, I'm going to get what? I'm going to get value of I is 1, 2, 3 and so on. So let's see what will be output of this program. So you can see it has printed value of I from 1 to 10 because of this condition. Now suppose I don't want to print this value. Certainly I want to stop my loop. Suppose I want to stop my loop when the value of I is 5. So for that, what statement I should write so that it should stop the loop? So if my value of I is 5, so then what I have to do? I have to stop executing this loop. So what I'm writing over here, if I is equal to 5, so this is what comparison operator, it compares value of I with 5. So as soon as my I value becomes 5, here the condition becomes true, and then what it executes break. What is this break statement? It stop execution of loop and it comes out of the loop. So let's run this again. So now you can see I'm getting value of I is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Why I'm not getting remaining value? Because as soon as I becomes 5, it comes over here, it checks the condition, yes 5 is equal to 5, and then it executes break statement. So what this break will do, it will take out of this for loop, and if any statement is there out of this for loop, that will be executed. So let me print one statement over here, end of loop. Okay, so now you can see it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, and after that it is printing what? End of loop, because break has terminated my loop. So break does what? It stops your loop whenever condition reaches. It is not compulsory to always write break with some certain condition. You can write break without condition also. So let me do that. So what I'll do, I will copy this statement and I will put over here. Okay, so now in this case, what is going to happen? It is going to print value of I. So suppose my loop starts running from 1. So it will print value of I is 1 and then it will break. So what will be printed? Value of I is 1 and then it is printing what? End of loop. Because I wrote what? Break. As soon as this statement executed, there is no other statement, only one keyword I am having, that is break. So it will come out of the loop and it will execute this line. Okay, so this is what working of break statement. It stops execution of the current loop. Now I'm going to do what? I'm going to write continue statement. So let's have a same example, but instead of break, what I will write? I will write what? Continue. So now I have modified the program, and what I'm writing if I equal to 5, continue. Let's dry run this program. Here my I value is suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. Till that the condition is not true, it will print only what? Value of I is 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as the value of I reaches 5, what it is going to do? It is going to execute continue statement. So what does this continue means? Do not execute remaining part of the loop, iterate the next value. Okay, so whatever is the next value, that will be incremented. So I become 6 and then here 6 not equal to 5, so it will execute this line. So in this case, what output I'm going to get? I'm going to get value of I is 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not getting value of I is 5 because I have written if I is 5 continue. So that is what purpose of continue. It is used for iterating your next value. So this way you can use break and continue statement in your example or in your program. Generally break statement are used whenever you are doing searching program. So if you have found certain number or certain name, as soon as the name or number has been found, you want to stop the loop and you want to execute remaining part of the program, then you can go for break statement. So break and continue are what? Jump statement. Why they are jump statement? Because they are jumping from your loop. Either they are stopping the loop or they are continuing your loop. I love giving examples, so I'm writing one more example for this break and continue statement. One thing I would like to tell you, it's not like that you can use break and continue only with for loop. You can use it with any kind of loop like while loop and do while loop, for each loop, as well as you can use in switch statement also. So what I'm doing over here, I'm accepting two number from user. Why I'm accepting number? Because I want to do what? I want to do division. And in this case, if the denominator value is 0, then I want to stop the execution. So this statement I'm going to write inside what? Do while loop. Why I'm writing inside do while loop? Because I want to ask user again and again, enter the first number, enter the second number and do the operation. After this, what I will be doing? I will be printing division. So let's run this program. So here you can see it is showing me error that it is unreachable statement, of course, because here I have written what? Condition for infinite loop. So this statement is never going to execute it. So what I'm doing, I'm just commenting this statement and then I'm running program. So it is asking me enter first number. So let me enter 4, enter second number. So it is printing me division is 2. And then again it is asking me enter the number. It will continue asking you number. So I'm entering 5 and then here I'm entering 0. So you can see as soon as I'm entering 0, what it is showing me? It is showing me exception and my program gets stopped. So to avoid this kind of problem, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write one condition over here. If j is equal to 0, then what I should do? I should stop executing this loop. So therefore, I'm writing what? Break keyword. So what will happen now? If I enter denominator value 0, then instead of throwing exception, what it is going to do? It is going to come out of the loop. So let me enter some value. So now you can see it is not showing exception. It has come out of the loop. So if you want to print any statement after this loop, then you can print. So now it will not show me what? Error, that unreachable statement. Okay, so let me enter the values. I'm entering 0 purposefully. So it has shown me what? End of the loop. So this is what uses of break statement. You can use it for exiting any kind of loop. Okay, now let me complete switch statement also. In switch statement also we use what? We use break statement. So I have already created video of switch statement, but that time I had told you that I'm going to explain it later on. So let me complete that part. So here what I'm doing, I'm passing value n into this switch statement and then here I'm checking what? Case. So if my case is 0, I'm going to do what? I'm going to print I am 0 and then here I'm writing break. So what I'm doing over here, I'm writing case 0. So if the value of n is 0, then what will happen? It will print I am 0 and it will break this switch statement. So whatever is the statement after this case, that will not be executed. So that is what purpose of break. So break is used in loops as well as in switch statement also. If my value of n is 1, it will match this case and it will execute arm1 and then it will break. So no other statement after this will be executed. So that is what purpose of break in switch statement. So it has come out of the do while loop, and then since my n is 1, it has gone into this case and the equality has been matched. It has printed arm1 and then finally it is printing end of the loop. So that's all about break and continue statement. You can use it in your program for exiting the loop or for continuing the next iteration. So this completes my today's video. In my next video, I'm going to come with what nested loops and different examples of loops and if statements in Java. So stay connected with me, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe it now, and don't forget to press bell icon for receiving notification from my channel. Also friends, if you like my videos, do hit like button and share my videos as much as possible. Thank you friends for watching my video till end. See you in my next video with a new topic. Till that, bye bye and take care.